Hello and welcome to LeetCode Camp Day 4. Today we're going to be solving another easy problem. It's called best time to buy and sell stock. So let's read the question. Say you have an array for which the I element is the price of a given stock on day I. If you were only permitted to complete at most one transaction, uh, that is buy one and sell one share of the stock, design an algorithm to find the maximum profit. Note that you cannot sell a stock before you buy one. So first we have to buy a stock and then we have to sell a stock, and then we have to find an algorithm to find the maximum profit. So if you look at the array example here, 715364, the maximum profit would be when you buy a stock at when the value is 1. So first you have to buy a stock and then sell a stock, remember. So the lowest value out here is 1, and then you would be selling the stock when it's 6. So the difference is 5. So that will be the maximum profit in this array, right? Notice like the 7 and 1, like if you buy a stock at 7 and if you sell it at 1, then that means you are at a loss of $6. So that is not the solution. So you have to make sure the first element that you get is the minimum one, and then the second element is larger because you are buying first and then selling later. So okay, this problem is pretty straightforward to solve. So we're going to need two temporary variables. One is to store profit, and then another one is to store let's start with the, let's say we can store it as a min value, and then let's start it as the first element, not princess but prices 1. Start it from, sorry, the first element, price is 0, and then loop through the remaining numbers. Start from 1 is less than prices the length plus plus. Start from the other numbers. So our approach is going to be basically like, we're gonna set the first number as minimum value, right? And then we set the profit as 0. So now we're looping from the second number. So what we're going to do is, if the second number happens to be less than the first number, then we have a new minimum value, right? But uh, then we proceed to the another number, and then now 5 is not less than 1, so we don't have a minimum value, so we need to go to a else statement. So if it was a minimum value, then set it to a minimum value, and then set the number to a minimum value, and then that's it. But if it's not a minimum value, then if it's actually greater than the value, then make sure you have the old profit, and then find a new profit by subtracting this number from the minimum value currently, and then uh, compare the two profits. Whichever one is greater, that will be our answer, and we keep doing that. We just use one for loop and go to the second number, third number, fourth, fifth, sixth, and so on. So our first condition was, if the prices I happens to be less than our already minimum value, then in that case we're going to set minimum value equals to prices I, right? Because that will be our new minimum value. But otherwise we're going to set profit as compare it with a max function, math.max, and then maximum of the current profit and prices I minus min value. So that is our new profit. So we're going to compare the maximum between the stored profit and the new profit, and whichever one is the bigger value, that's the one we have to keep still in the profit until the loop ends. And after the loop ends, we're going to return profit, and then let's run the code. And yeah, it accepts that. So to keep track of other edge cases, so first things first, we can do, so look, like we have to buy a stock at one point and then sell a stock at another point, right? So if we have no elements, or then that's not possible, and if we have only one element, then we only have the option to buy the element at same place and then sell the element at same price too. So if you have, let's say, like an array of just like with one element like 5, so we're buying the stock at 5 and then selling the stock at 5 too. That's our only option, and that means it will be 0 profit, right? So, and if there is no element, then that'll be a 0 profit too, like there's no profit. So what we can do to check for the edge cases is, if prices dot length is 0, or prices dot length happens to be 1, basically less than 2, right, then we're going to return 0 as our profit. But otherwise we're going to proceed with the program if the length is more than 1, and then we're going to solve the program this way, and then let's try to submit it. And that's it. So I hope this helped you, and let me know if there's any problem in the comments. Thank you for watching, and have a good day. Bye bye.